And they're constantly, this is the thing. Like, that is not my energy, right? Like, the troublemakers of the netherworld, right? Like, that's not, I don't have to do anything, right? I will take, like, accountability, like, when it's mine to take accountability for, right? But I won't whenever I won't, and I know the difference. Like, I had to learn this too, right? Like, you don't always need to have done anything wrong, right? For things to find their way, or for you to be a magnet, right? Now, I've heard the reasons for this before, right? Of why they like whatever, yeah. But I don't believe that's the only, like, reason, right? I think it's best to just look at it like if you had a conflict with yourself, right? If you had a conflict with yourself, in the most negative parts of your brain, what would it say and what would it do, right? And be able to recognize that in the external, yeah, and handle it that way. Right? Because I'm not the reason that that strange guy like pulls up and just talks about like the most unhinged and um, foul things, right? It's probably the music he listens to, his buddies, his family, uh, the media he consumes, right? It's probably a combination of all those things. And that is not the combination of things that I operate on. So it's very off putting whenever I meet that, yeah, or see that. And then the whole language thing with, like, I'm so evolved beyond that. So I know when it shows up, like, saying all that stuff, right? And using that particular language, I am like, why? Why are we doing this little dance? Why? Like, go away. Like, because everything is meant to be a distraction, yes. And to keep you in fear mode, yeah, so that you don't move beyond it, right? You get stuck and you get scared. Oh my goodness, right? Like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And if you have done that, that's completely fine. And we're going to work on not doing that. Yeah. But I've got more important things to do and talk about, right? Like, the stuff that I do with my hands, I have been doing it for a very long time. I have done it all over this country. What you see with that instrument, you can do naturally. I need everyone to understand that the only reason that man produces the physical, the immaterial with the material, is just because he needs to see it, right? Right? It's like a form of proof and validation of something else. He just needs to see it, right? He needs to show it off to everybody, right? Like, that's all it is. And they need something to do, right? And because that's easier, yeah. than working with seemingly nothing, yeah? Or just you, right? But those materials are the exact same thing that Earth is made of, the exact same things that you are made of. Common sense says, right? And there's plenty of metal in this place. There's plenty of damn power lines, and there's plenty of antennas everywhere, yeah? So think about that. And you, yeah? So it's important to be conscious of what you consume so that you can keep yourself in the most possible natural way and state, yes? So that you have the full benefits and potential of use for that energy, right? Everybody's running around scared. Oh, they're doing this. They're putting up 5G. They're blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, these are a bunch of fear mongers and unintelligent. They are unintelligent, right? They are low vibrational, right? And here's the difference between who you people perceive as elite and you. You will hear everybody saying, oh, they're putting on this satanic stuff and blah, blah, blah on TV. We're going to go back to that topic again, right? But even during that, uh, what were they doing? Well, they were putting 6 feet apart. They were altering your movements, is what they were doing. Yes. But everybody was what? Dancing around, right? Now think about what I just told you about that instrument and you. That is why they do it. Now, when you have, and you know what you're doing, and you know what everyone else is doing, go into their 9 to 5 and trying to survive in survival mode. And these people are just out here having a good old time, yeah? So I suggest or recommend that people do get back in touch with their creative selves, right? That you go home and you you can call it meditation if you want, right? I don't meditation isn't what people think it is, yeah, or what they tell you that it is. It's not. It doesn't have to be like that. Nope. But I have a special little gift I want to share with everyone um, soon. I can show you how to turn your meditation with natural sounds into an antenna to receive that information audibly where everybody can hear it. Yeah, I've been doing that. I can do that. You hear it a little bit out here, but you haven't heard it whenever I do it with like nature sounds and stuff like that, right? So maybe that'll be the boost that everyone needs to understand the importance and the use for that particular practice, yeah? Like, you're not put here to be slaves, my friends. And it doesn't take what you all think it takes to solve the problems in the world today. That's all I'm going to say about that, right? It doesn't. And I can also tell you that the arguing amongst one another and perpetuating this crap, like, you might as well just, you know, go have dinner with these people. You might as well just put yourself in the same fucking, like, whatever with them. Since you're endorsing their cause, discussing their cause, right? Feeding it that energy, all your energy, yeah? Instead of exploring your potential. All right. it as far as the video about the West Virginia church that I posted on the community post, it is simply to show you that it matters, like where you come from, what their cultural practices are, and what their exposure is to um, different cultures or lack of exposure to, or um, like getting out of, that small little area, you know, and exploring, right? Like their knowledge and interpretation is going to look a lot different than a wealthy person's, for instance, right? Because they have the luxury of going around and going to different countries and being exposed to those different cultures and developing, you know, a different perspective, right? So the socio-economic plays a big role in that, yes. Like the poor man can't do what the middle class man can, and the middle class man can't do what the wealthy can, yeah. And there are different educational levels for those three groups, those three classes, yes, that they have created. So, as you can see, it is nonsense to argue about it. Yeah, period. Like you don't need anything to tell you to be a good human, right? And look for the similarities and less of the differences. Even though I know the world teaches you to look for all the negative stuff, right? They do for a reason. It serves their cause. There's something else that I wanted to discuss. Yeah. No, I'm drawing a blank. It was important, so that's probably why. Yeah. And plus, it's almost my bedtime. So the photos on my community post are to show you what the shape of the energy is. Yes. You can very much put a form to it. This stuff takes work, though, and it takes time. But it's worth the work and the time, especially with everything that's happening and technology and such, which you should not fear. You should. You just need a little guidance on how to maximize your own energy. Yes. I can't believe I can't remember like what I was gonna say. Oh, well, when I remember it, I'll talk about it. It's a dreary morning. I like the rain. I still come out here with an umbrella and have my coffee. And cats play. If it's not raining too hard, they'll come out. Um, my cat was under the house. Like, I didn't even know there was a like little whatever there. Oh Lord. There's a lot that I put like on my community line, and it is all relevant and it is all important.